All right, Mr. Chairman, we are ready to go.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Welcome everybody to today's administrative meeting for April the 22nd, 2020. This week we're using the WebEx platform. It's a little different than the Google Meet platform that we've been using in the past, or even the Zoom platform. So I would just ask, as we get familiar with this and we call up parties, that would be the time to bring yourself online by just speaking. That'll bring video up. But in the meantime, if you could remain on mute until you have a question, or if you're presenting, we would appreciate that. So today is the Semi-Centennial for Earth Day. You might have heard. I think it's under these conditions, it's no secret that the prosperity of mankind in large part is due to Mother Nature here. And I think it's a good day for us to reflect on the sustainability of our industries and what we do every day as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Also today, April 22nd, is Administrative Professionals Day. So please thank those who help support you. I know that we have a lot of fine professional administrative staff at the PSC that work hard every day to get us to where we could produce these administrative meetings and help move all the paper. So I'd like to recognize them. A few announcements as we get started, and then we'll move to the special agenda and the administrative agenda. For those of you who were up late on Thursday night into the wee hours of Friday morning, you would have seen that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued two long-awaited rehearing orders with respect to the PJM's minimum offer price rule. These orders were extremely long, several hundred pages. They had footnotes ranging up to about 1,000 footnotes. And as they were long, they were also terribly disappointing in their content. Rather than recognizing the existence of problems with the current reliability performance model, FERC instead chose to double down. And they made abundantly clear that they're not in the business of accommodating the public policies of the states, notwithstanding things such as the Constitution and the Federal Power Act. One would think that the consumer's interest would be for clean, reliable, and sustainable power at affordable rates, but FERC defended its decision not to rely on any quantitative analysis in determining the impacts of this decision on customers, and in fact said that customers and states may choose to pay double for their capacity if they choose not to play by the rules established by FERC. I think what's being made abundantly clear at this point is the lack of a coherent federal policy on carbon pricing is largely to blame for this situation, but not exclusively. In my opinion, we've wasted the better part of 2 years since the June 2018 FERC decision came out. A lot of mixed signals were sent along the way, and now we're in a situation where everybody is running to the courts. I know that Illinois and Public Power has already filed in various circuits around the country. Other parties will be filing later in June. Notwithstanding, we have a compliance filing that was recently made by PJM that has yet to be deliberated and will likely take another year or so as this winds through a litigation mill. I think that time could have much been better used figuring out what our next successor to the RPM is, sort of RPM 2.0, but instead we're going to be having one foot in the past and hopefully one foot in the future. That said, I think the state's participation in a regional transmission organization like PJM is producing benefits, notwithstanding the fact that it could produce even more if we had a proper construct in place. So that said, I just wanted to reflect on those orders that came out and the work that our staff and commission will be doing going forward in this area and other related areas related to PJM. Speaking of state policies and resources, the policy of the state is to move forward with offshore wind. And yesterday we had a very successful technical conference at the commission, a virtual technical conference on round 2 of offshore wind development. And I'd just like to thank our senior advisor, Amanda Best, along with our external partners for having a very robust presentation and question and answer period yesterday for all the parties that participated in that proceeding. I'd also like to recognize we have a promotion and elevation to announce. The commission is pleased to announce the promotion of Drew McCullough to the position of the director of the electricity division. Drew's been with the commission now for about 4 years, handling lots of matters, including rate cases, supplier diversity, and the electric vehicle portfolio for the commission. And he drives electric. He believes in what he works on. So he's owned an electric vehicle for some time. And I believe that his joining the ranks of management will help the technical staff, will help fill out the technical division and the electricity work that we do here. Drew is no stranger to economics. He has his degree from Towson, and he has a master's degree from University of Delaware. So we appreciate his service to the state and to the commission and look forward to having him serve on the management team under Tony Myers. That's what I have in terms of announcements. We have some minutes to approve from the last meeting. So I will do the roll. These are the meeting minutes from April 15th, 2020. The roll begins with Commissioner Richard.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Aye.
Commissioner Linton.
Aye.
And Commissioner Herman.
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, if we could move to today's agenda.
Mr. Chairman, we don't have any consent items today, but we do have one special item, a request from BGE and other electric utilities to authorize the Commission's Engineering Division to issue a stay of enforcement and waiver form regarding O&M due to COVID-19.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. This is the first time we have a special agenda item. So typically a matter like this would come before the full commission. In the normal course, staff would produce a buck sheet and it would be scheduled for a future administrative agenda on an administrative meeting. However, due to the nature of this COVID-19 related request, we're expediting this in light of the fact that it was only filed just this past Thursday. And as the agency head, I will provide a determination pursuant to the authority provided by the governor in his executive order dated March 12th, 2020. With that, let me ask if there are any comments by interested parties. I'll start with our own commission technical staff.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry to interrupt. Apparently, we've lost the live stream. If you want to wait one, we can try to get it back up. I apologize.